Hi guys, welcome to your reading about messages from Lilith. So I've been wanting to do this reading for a while, but for some reason I just haven't. I was going to do it on Patreon, but I was told that my YouTube collective needed it specifically, so here we are. There are two piles to choose from. Choose whichever pile you feel more intuitively drawn to. I'm going to start simplifying piles down to two instead of three for now. And then I'll probably do three pile picker cards in the future. But yeah, choose your pile. The timestamps are in the description box as well as the comment section, and I'll see you there. Hi, pile one. Welcome to your reading about messages from Lilith. So the first message that I'm seeing is that you should not seek anyone's approval. People may be putting expectations onto you. Um, this might just be a thing throughout your life from parents or just people around you that you've known for a long time. Or this could be expectations that you are putting onto yourself in order to seek approval from other people. But Lilith is coming through to say that you should not seek anyone's approval, because I feel like for you guys, seeking other people's approval, it it's linked to gaining some type of prosperity, wealth, and picking up on a lot of like financial energy, work energy. So you guys could be overworking yourselves for the sake of trying to gain approval from other people, by seeming successful based on what other people's definitions of success is. For someone in particular, I'm seeing this as someone quite young. So maybe 18, 19, early 20s. I feel like social media is getting in the way of how you are viewing life realistically. You could be comparing yourself. I mean, this could be any of you at any age, but you could be comparing yourself to other people that you see on social media and trying to gain what they have, but it's putting a lot of stress on you. Just know that social media is not real life. That sentence is repeated constantly. So the words might seem meaningless, but it's true. Social media is not real life. You should not be um, basing what you live your life like or what you want for your life based on social media. Social media is literally just pictures, videos, content that's carefully selected to put into the public eye. It's not going to show you the realism of people's lives. Most people who are big on social media won't anyway. So that's the first message from Lilith. The second message is that you guys could be in a energy of wanting to be combative for the sake of defending yourself, for the sake of giving someone their karma, for the sake of attacking someone who has caused tower moments for you, destruction, chaos. But Lilith is saying that it's time for a period of healing instead of conflict. That was actually a message that came out in one of my Patreon readings, the Patreon reading that I did yesterday. Um, it's time to really focus on yourself and on healing. Sometimes conflict can definitely, just being combative and defending yourself from someone who's tried to or maybe succeeded in causing destruction in your life can be healing. But I don't think that's the case for you guys in this pile, in particular, not with this situation. I'm seeing that you may be in a period where you're really having to count your blessings because you don't have much left, due to someone in particular, maybe even a group of people. I feel like your prosperity, your abundance in some type of way has been affected by someone. I'm getting a very specific message that someone in this pile could have experienced, like, when parents take, it's like parents put stuff on their child's credit and stuff like that, fucking up their credit for the future. Or when someone, like a sibling, steals an inheritance or something like that. Someone could have experienced that recently. Whatever this is, it seems like you know that you've lost out on prosperity and abundance, maybe even wealth, due to somebody else's, I'm hearing abuse, like maybe an abuse of power or abuse directed towards you in particular. Someone, for some of you in particular, you could be feeling like a parent or a carer that didn't really care much for you has kind of set you up for failure in life. And maybe that's why that's who you're being combative with. Either way, whatever your situation is, Lilith is suggesting that you, it sounds fucked up when I say this, considering what I'm seeing, like the wrongdoings that I'm seeing happen to a lot of you. But Lilith is just asking you to focus on the small amount of abundance that you feel like you have. The prosperity card has come out here, so I feel like your energy itself is abundant, whereas your physical life may not be filled with many with much materialistic abundance. But because your energy, because your spirit is so abundant, you can manifest abundance for yourself. Despite the fact that you have experienced a loss, you can replace this loss with gain, with your own energy, through your own efforts. Of course, whatever's happened, it's unfair. Um, but really trying to fight this person isn't gonna, it's not gonna heal you. It's not gonna make you feel any better. Now I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune in my head. The Wheel of Fortune, I'm not using tarot cards in this reading, I'm using Oracle, but the Wheel of Fortune is popping up in my head. So that to me is a sign that when your fortune does come in, the Wheel of Fortune is a card about tables turning completely. When you gain your fortune, whoever took your fortune away from you, whether that's the fortune of a good childhood to set you up for a healthy adult life, or whether it's financial fortune or whatever it is, when you gain your own fortune, this person is going to experience the loss that they projected onto you, the loss that they caused you. So really, I think Lilith is just saying not to worry about this person because they are going to get their karma. You may even gain from their loss in some type of way. Oh, I just got a really dark message about death. This could be someone who, like, when they die, you'll gain a lot of their inheritance, or you'll gain whatever's left behind materialistically. That could be a happy message for some of you, especially if this is like an abusive parent that you really don't love or care much for. Um, yeah, something like that. Then the next card that I'm seeing is the respect card. Okay, first message that I'm hearing from Lilith is to respect your money. So that means for those of you who are recklessly spending money, I mean, I can relate to that, but recklessly spending money, I feel like this is a message for me too. You need to respect your money a lot more and value it a lot more. That's, you could be gaining some type of financial guidance, but you may not be listening to it. I feel like Lilith or some of your other spirit guides have tried to give you the message that you should focus on saving a lot more, especially if you haven't saved anything yet. You should focus on saving where you can, cutting back on spending where you can, but you're not listening. And I feel like they're saying that if you don't eventually start to listen, even if it's just making small decisions in, cutting back on certain things financially, then this could put you in a lot of emotional turmoil, um, where you don't have, like, there could be a time where you don't have as much, and you're going to regret your reckless spending. You're going to be in a state of regret. For those of you who are coming up to your Saturn return, specifically for those of you who have Saturn in your second house, Saturn in your eighth house. I'm also seeing Saturn in the 11th house, because the 11th house is the house of gains through things like social media and just community. Really value whatever you earn, whatever you achieve, the money that you gain, so that when your Saturn return hits, it's not going to hit as hard, especially if you have Saturn in the second house or Saturn in Taurus, because Saturn is a teacher, and it's a pretty harsh teacher depending on how you've organized your life. Saturn is also the planet of karma, so you will reap what you sow. If you don't listen to financial guidance, you're going to be put in a very difficult spot eventually, especially for those of you who are coming up to your Saturn return or in the middle of your Saturn return. Saturn could be trying to teach you to respect your money a lot more. Yeah, I'm seeing Lilith and Saturn communicating with each other. For those of you with Lilith and Taurus, that's also a message as well, or Lilith in the second house. Um, anything else that I'm seeing? Find prosperity in nature. Yeah, find prosperity in nature. Maybe disconnect from any technology, even if it's just for an hour or two on a random day of the week or on the weekend. Um, because there's a lot of abundance in nature, especially if you guys are the people who deal with a lack mindset. Again, people with Saturn in the second, Saturn in Taurus, Lilith in Taurus, or Lilith in the second. I'm also seeing Chiron in Taurus or Chiron in the second. Those placements in astrology, it usually manifests when it's unhealed or undeveloped as a lack mindset. So Lilith is saying that sitting in nature and seeing how abundant nature is, seeing how animals, insects, birds, anything, trees, plants have all that they need. And it's something to do with how you're connected to nature yourself, because obviously you're a human, you're an animal as well. You have everything that you need. Um, Even if it doesn't feel like it, you have the tools. Now I'm seeing the magician card in my head in tarot. You have all the tools that you need to gain what you need. So yeah, connecting with nature can show you how abundant life naturally is, and you can take on some of that abundant energy into your consciousness and channel that when you go back home or in your work to gain abundance in the kind of like the superficial material realm, let's say, in terms of money and possessions. Also, there's a message from Lilith to tell you to respect time. Again, I'm seeing her communicate with Saturn at this point because Saturn is also the planet of time. Respect your time, value your time. Don't just waste your time away. Even if that just means like, because I'm seeing people laying in bed doing nothing. Oh, there's also another message. If you feel like you guys don't respect your time because you feel like you're not doing anything much with your day, that's not necessarily true because you guys are healing a lot. So you're still doing something. It's just not in the physical sense. You're doing stuff internally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's still work. So don't feel like you're lazy. Don't feel like you're doing nothing, etc. But for others of you, I'm seeing that Lilith is suggesting that you really respect your time. This doesn't mean to fill your time with busyness, but it could just mean doing one thing throughout the day that you value and that will bring value to your life. Because some of you could be feeling quite stuck and feeling like you're not really doing much with life, but find something small to do. It doesn't have to be, again, going back to the expectations card, trying to seek approval. It doesn't have to be anything that other people would approve of. It doesn't have to be making money. It doesn't have to be what most people in society would consider valuable to do, but do something that you truly value. I'm seeing reading, writing in a journal for like 20 minutes. That's still doing something valuable with your time, you know? So, yeah. I'm also hearing to respect your own guidance. I feel like you guys channel messages, but you kind of disregard them because it's not coming from someone else. Um, Learn how to respect the guidance that you know that you're receiving. So that's all I'm seeing. Oh, for numbers, I'm seeing 12, 30, 1, and 3. So that could be a significant number for any of you. And yeah, that's all I'm seeing, pile one. Thank you for listening. Let me know if this reading resonated, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading about messages from Lilith. The first message that I'm seeing is that you could be in a time where you are having to have a lot of courage. Specifically for some of you, courage to speak out about a secret that you've kept and that you've held in. I feel like some of you are contemplating whether or not to expose a secret that you have, but that someone else has due to something that someone has done that's immoral. This could be somebody with a lot of power or authority, someone who has a lot of respect, usually, someone who maybe they have like wealth, so they have power in that way, or just, I don't know, something like that. There's a secret here that Lilith is urging you to expose, because exposing this person or these people, protesting against this person and what they've done, and just, you know, gaining people's attention about the wrongdoings of this person will be their karma. You got the two cards that are sticking out to me, three cards actually. You got the Book of Shadows, which is the secret card, Protest, which is start a revolution, and then above the protest card, there's the three fates, what comes around. The three fates to me is always the card of karma. And I feel like whoever this person is that's left you with a secret that you felt like you had to hold in, this is their karma if you choose to speak out. Lilith is obviously recognizing that this is not an easy thing to do, but I feel like there's a message that multiple people will help you to protest against this person. Multiple people will support you in protesting against this person. Because in this protest card, there's like a whole mob of people with signs outside of a castle. So you're not going to be alone if you choose to expose whoever or whatever this is. This may not even be a person in particular. It may be a whole entire, I'm hearing, organization, or just like a establishment of some sort, a structured establishment that is quite immoral and they've done a lot of wrong that they haven't been exposed for. The second message that I'm seeing is that you guys are going to gain a lot of good karma if you manage to ground yourself. Because I feel like you could be in your mental body a lot or your emotional body. And due to this need to be courageous, due to thinking about exposing the secret, I feel like you're quite ungrounded. You can find a way to ground yourself. For those of you who are into gardening, planting, get your hands in some soil, or some of you could, what's it called? I think people just call it grounding, but when you take your shoes off, you just walk on grass or raw soil. And then underneath that grounding card, which is the earth card, you got nostalgia, focus on the here and now. So yeah, you guys definitely need to ground. Um, Lilith is saying that when you learn to ground, there's something about grounding before exposing this person. Because when you ground yourself, you're a lot more secure and stable within yourself. If you approach this situation in regards to exposing this person or these people or this establishment, before you ground yourself, I feel like your communication may not be as strong. Your ability to, what's it called, structure your thoughts, structure your points may not be as strong, and so people may take that as what you're saying not being valid, although it would be. But the way that you communicate is definitely important. So Lilith is suggesting that you ground yourself before speaking out about this thing or this person. You, with this nostalgia card, you could be focusing on the past a lot. You could be in your head. I'm even seeing for some of you that you are dissociating. You could be overthinking about how protesting against this thing or these people will go. But Lilith is suggesting to just focus on yourself in this current moment. And every time your mind drifts to your worries, your anxieties or something like that, just, be understanding with yourself because it's expected, but bring your attention back to the current moment. I'm seeing someone doing breathing exercises, so that could help you. now I'm seeing someone punch something. So it's like making physical impact with your body. You could, I don't know, what's one of those like punching bags? Yeah, you could get, if you have a punching bag available to you, or you could go to the gym. Um, just, or like punching a pillow or something like that. Or it's like, now I'm seeing someone tapping their body with their fingers. That's a grounding technique that works for me sometimes. Just doing whatever you can to put yourself back in your body in the present moment. But yeah, you guys definitely do need to ground. There's a message from Lilith about how grounding will kind of will prepare you, will prepare you to plant new seeds for yourself. And with that, I'm hearing that you guys, aside from like these worries about exposing whatever this is, you guys could have a lot of plans for yourself or a lot of things on your to-do list, but it seems like you think about these things more than you act, and that's because you're not grounded, you're in your head too much. So yeah, there's an abundance of mental energy in this pile, and Lilith is just suggesting to find a way to ground yourself. Going back to this person, place, or thing that needs to be exposed, there are definitely other people that are not happy with whatever this is. They probably have the same experiences as you. You may know this at this point, so these will mainly be the people who support you in this. For others of you, you may not know that there are other people who have been, I'm hearing, victimized by this place or this person or these people. But once you speak out, more people are going to come out of the woodworks. And yeah, with the Book of Shadows card as well, the way that you could give this person or these people their karma may be through some type of energetic like sending some type of energy their way. So if you guys practice any type of spell work or witchcraft, it's like Lilith is giving you the green light to put something on this person, whether it's a curse, a hex, if it's that serious what they did. Um, Either way though, I feel like, yeah, the part of this person's karma, it's like their negative karma is bringing you positive karma. So, like when this person gets their negative karma or negative from their perspective, because I'm seeing that their negative karma is being exposed. Obviously, that's not something that they want for themselves, but it'll be positive for you and other people. So, once they get what they perceive to be negative karma, you and maybe even other people will get their positive karma. And that will, it's like laying a new foundation for yourselves to build off of, because I feel like the secret that you're holding in regards to this, whatever this is, it's very heavy. Maybe that's why you're dissociating so much, because when you feel so heavy physically, it's like you try to find different methods of escapism, and dissociation is a form of escapism, and it's a what's it called, a coping mechanism that the brain uses when things are just too heavy to deal with in reality. But exposing the secret will definitely lift that heaviness off of you. For some of you, I've already seen that you've exposed someone, that you've exposed the secrets of someone, but you're still focusing on the past, which is to be expected, especially if what they did was particularly bad. But Lilith is suggesting again that you ground yourself and you focus on the here and now. Um, you could ground yourself through communicating with another person as well. Could be a best friend, could be just, okay, yeah, for those of you who haven't spoken out yet, telling just one person about the secret that you really trust, that you know will have your back, could be the first stepping stone. That could be the first seed that's planted to give this person their karma. Um, Not saying that this person will spread what you've said around, but it's just like communicating with at least one person about the secret will lift some of that weight off of you that you've been carrying around. So, yeah, there's also a message from Lilith because Lilith is a point of shame for a lot of people. Lilith, as an energy, she understands everything there is to know about shame. She's been shamed, demonized since the beginning of time simply because she was the first woman before Eve that decided that she was not going to act like she was subservient to Adam when they were both made out of the same thing. You know, she was basically shamed for respecting herself, standing up for herself. So Lilith knows all about shame, okay? And Lilith is coming through to say that you should not be ashamed of whatever happened because none of it was your fault. None of it. This person could have implemented shame into you as a way of keeping you quiet. But that's just another one of their manipulation techniques and tactics. So you don't have to abide by that. I feel like Lilith is really with you a lot right now because it's like she's trying to transfer some of her courage. You know, at the beginning of the reading, I said that you guys need courage right now to expose a secret. So if you tap into the energy of Lilith, you could literally speak to her out loud. Like, you know, some people said that you have to give offerings to Lilith, but I feel like you only really have to give offerings to a spirit or a deity when you're asking them to do something on behalf of you, like in spell work and stuff. But I don't think you guys necessarily need to do that unless with this Book of Shadows you are planning to do that. Then yeah, look at what Lilith likes as offerings, give her an offering, and she will definitely help you with your spell work. But for those of you who just need some of that courage, some of that independence, some of that courage to fight against shame, you could literally just speak out loud to her and she will hear you. Even speaking out loud to Lilith as a spirit about what this person did may make you feel a lot more grounded because that's still transferring communication and energy about the secret. So if you don't want to speak to anyone in person, like a best friend or someone that you trust, if you're not ready for that yet, speak to Lilith. She'll hear you. For numbers, I'm seeing 20, 26, 28, and 33. So those are significant numbers. There's something about earth signs here. Earth signs in your life could be a pillar of stability for you right now. I mean, naturally, earth signs, when they're evolved, they are very stable people who are stability towards other people as well. So for someone in particular, you have an earth sign best friend, and she will definitely, or he, I'm seeing a woman in this card, but obviously it could be any gender. They will definitely meet you with a lot of understanding, compassion. This person's a very good listener and very good at giving advice, I'm seeing as well. This person could be grounding you or have the capability to ground you if you open up to them. So, is there anything else? For someone in particular, you have a Book of Shadows that you haven't opened up in a while. It's quite old. There's something in that Book of Shadows, like a ritual or something in that Book of Shadows that could really help you with this. Or like maybe this is a Book of Shadows that has been passed down from your mum or your grandma or someone older than you, and you haven't really looked through it properly. Go and look through it and you can find something to help you with the situation. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 2. If this resonated, please let me know and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye.